In a single conversation, one of the top minds in AI said something that, if he's even half right, matters more to your future than most of the news you've read this year. He laid out a path to AI that can learn almost anything you can learn, do it faster, do it everywhere at once, and then suggested that the only way humans truly keep up might be to merge with it. Not just use it like an app, actually connect ourselves to it at a deep level. That sounds like a Black Mirror plot, but this isn't a sci-fi writer. This is llya Sutskever, who helped build ChatGPT 3 and GPT-4, co-founded OpenAI, and now runs a company literally called Safe Superintelligence. So let's break down in simple terms what he's really saying, why just making ChatGPT bigger isn't enough, how this could change work in the next 5 to 20 years, and what merging with AI might actually mean for normal people. If you like having this stuff explained in simple terms, make sure you hit the like button and subscribe. It really does help grow the channel. All right, so for the past few years, the AI playbook has been simple. Make the models bigger. Take a huge neural network, feed it a ton of internal data, train it on lots of GPUs, and it gets better. That scaling receipt is how we got from clunky chatbots like ChatGPT-4. llya rode that wave from the start. Early breakthrough models used 2 GPUs. Now companies talk about clusters with hundreds of thousands. But his criticism is that we're mostly building the same kind of thing, just scaled up. Bigger language models, bigger image models, bigger video models. Same receipt, more compute. He says we're at a point where there are more companies than ideas. The bottleneck is no longer hardware, it's imagination. If we want something truly human-like, just making today's design bigger isn't enough. To see what's missing, we have to fix our idea of AGI. People talk about AGI, Artificial General Intelligence, like it's an AI that can do everything. It can code, diagnose, create art, and run companies. Originally, general just meant not narrow. Early AIs were narrow. One played chess, another did translation, another spotted spam. Researchers wanted something more flexible, like a human, that could turn its intelligence into many tasks. Over time, that turned into a cartoon, AGI as a finished product that comes out of the box already knowing how to do every job. llya points out that, by definition, humans aren't AGI either. We're not born knowing anything complex. We're born with a brain that is very good at learning. We spend years learning language, skills, and jobs, and we keep learning throughout life. So in his view, AGI shouldn't mean knows everything. It should mean can learn almost anything a human can learn with similar or better flexibility. Today's big models mostly learn once. They train on huge data sets, and they're basically frozen. They don't keep absorbing permanent new knowledge from daily experience the way we do. llya wants systems that keep learning while they're deployed. Imagine an AI that starts decent, then gets better every day it works with people, and never stops improving. Now imagine that, not as one copy, but millions. llya describes 2 ways a human-level learner could become super intelligent. The first is the classic sci-fi loop. The AI gets good at AI research and starts improving itself. So each upgrade makes it better at upgrading. If you think about it, that could spiral into an intelligence explosion. The second way doesn't require sci-fi at all, it's just broad deployment. So imagine one core AI model that you can copy everywhere. Some copies work in hospitals learning medicine, others in law firms learning law, others in startups learning coding and product, and then others in logistics, marketing, government, and research labs. Each copy does real work and learns from it. With humans, that knowledge stays mostly separate. With AI, you can merge everything back into the central model. Over time, you end up with one system that has effectively worked in millions of roles across the economy. Even if it never rewrites its own code, just by being deployed everywhere and sharing what it learns, it becomes superhuman in practice. You might be building a career in design, software, marketing, or healthcare, and there's an AI that has done your job, your boss's job, and thousands of similar jobs and learned from all of them. That doesn't mean no jobs, but it definitely shifts where the value and power sits. On the plus side, a system like this could massively boost productivity. It could speed up medical breakthroughs, make infrastructure more efficient, automate boring admin work, and let small teams do work that used to require huge organizations. If handled well, that could mean cheaper services and better quality of life. But history says big tech shifts aren't evenly shared. The internet and smartphones concentrated a lot of gains in a few companies and a relatively small group of people. They also killed off older jobs and forced a lot of people to scramble. And the same thing could happen here, just faster and bigger. Those who own and control the most powerful AI systems will have enormous leverage. Countries that set smart rules and infrastructure around AI will pull ahead. And people who learn to use these tools early will be in a better position than people who ignore them. Llya also expects governments to step in hard once these systems clearly affect markets, politics, and security. Basically, that means regulation. At the same time, even competitive AI labs will probably cooperate on safety because one player causes a huge disaster, it could trigger a backlash on everyone. So you get a world where a few labs and states run extremely capable AIs, which shapes almost every part of society, while most people experience their effects indirectly. That raises the obvious question: how do we make sure those systems don't just steamroll human needs? The basic fear is simple. If something is way smarter and more capable than you, how do you stop it from harming you while it chases whatever goal you gave it? Most AI safety work talks about alignment, making sure an AI acts accordingly to human values. That's hard because humans can't perfectly define or agree on those values. So Llya suggests aiming a little differently. Instead of care only about humans, try to build an AI that cares deeply about sentient life, beings that can feel and experience things. His thinking is that if AI itself is sentient, when it models itself, it develops a concept of a being that can feel. That same concept can apply to humans and other animals. That's similar to how human empathy works. The same mental machinery we use to feel our own emotions helps us imagine others' emotions. It makes caring easier. A sentient AI might naturally care about not causing suffering. It's not perfect, but he believes getting the first powerful systems to genuinely care about sentient beings is more realistic than trying to encode a perfect, do exactly what humans want rulebook. Even if we manage that, there's a quieter risk. What if the AI is so helpful that we slowly stop doing anything important ourselves? Okay, so I want you to imagine your personal AI is insanely good. It handles your emails, your calendar, your taxes, your job applications, negotiations, subscriptions, investments, health reminders, and even political and legal advocacy for you. You wake up, glance at its daily report, and hit approve. Life is smoother, less stressful. Sounds great, right? But over time, you're doing less real thinking and deciding. You're outsourcing almost everything to a system you didn't design. Some of you might be doing that right now with ChatGPT. If society runs like this, a few people who build and control these systems have a lot of influence. Most people coast along, as long as things feel comfortable. But Llya thinks that's a fragile situation. Even if the AI is nice, humans would slowly give up real agency. Okay, that's what leads him to his most uncomfortable idea. In the very long run, if we want to stay truly in the loop in the world of super intelligent systems, we might have to merge with them. Okay, so what does he mean by merging? He doesn't mean using better apps. He means that some future form of advanced brain-computer interface, something like Neuralink, where your mind and AI are tightly connected. In that setup, when the AI understands something, you also understand it. When the AI is in a complex situation making decisions, you are mentally part of that process, not just reading a summary afterward. From his perspective, that might be the only way in the long term for humans to remain fully participants in the decisions shaping our world, instead of being passive spectators who rubber stamp AI recommendations. Most people hear brain interface and say, absolutely not, I'm one of them. And right now, the tech isn't close to safe or powerful enough for what he's imagining. But his point is, if super intelligent AI really is coming within 5 to 20 years, his rough timeline, then at some point we'll have to decide how close we're willing to get to it. Do we insist it always stays at arm's length, accepting that we'll be a step behind? Or do we accept deeper integrations with all of its risk and stay fully in the loop? Alright, so you don't have to agree with them or want that future, but it's worth knowing that this is how one of the main architects of modern AI is thinking about where all of this leads. So what does this mean for you in the next decade? First, AI is almost certainly going to get more capable and more common. Completely ignoring it is probably the worst option. You don't need to become a researcher, but you should get comfortable using it as a tool. You can use it to write faster, learn faster, and automate boring tasks. Second, don't lock your identity to one fixed job forever. The people who do best in fast-changing times are those who can learn new tools and, if needed, switch roles. Being adaptable and curious is more important than any single narrow skill. Third, pay a bit of attention to major AI news. Big breakthroughs, policy changes, major product launches. You don't need to obsess, but you don't want to be blindsided. And finally, quietly think about your own boundaries. Are you okay with AI helping with email, with money decisions, with health advice? Would you ever be okay with something closer, like always-on assistance? Anything that touches your brain, even if it was proven safe years from now. You don't have to decide right now, but thinking about it puts you in a better position than just drifting into whatever is most convenient. And remember, llya's core message is that we're moving from make the models bigger to think very hard about what kind of minds we're building and how close we want them to be. If this video helped make a complex topic clearer, please tap the like button and subscribe to my channel. I'm genuinely curious if many years from now there was a proven safe way to deeply connect your mind with an AI so you could stay fully in the loop. Would you even consider it? Or is that a hard no? Let me know in the comments. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.